Hey guys, so I'm just going to show you how I make my lace closure wig. What you're going to need is needle and thread, clip, your hair of course, scissors, and a dome cap, and a mannequin head. So I'm just going to start by putting my dome cap on my mannequin head. Then I'm going to place my closure on top and kind of mark where I want it to sit. I'm going to go ahead and clip the hair to one side. I'm going to use 2 needles to sew down my closure because just as how I like to do it in order for it to lay flat for me. I go ahead and go through the fabric of the dome cap, not the band, and then I loop it, and I'm just going to go ahead and sew down this whole side. Okay, so now I'm going to get my second needle, and then I'm going to kind of put a little tug on the lace and then sew down the other side. I don't want to pull it too hard because remember we are working with lace. And then I go ahead and loop it through just for security. Also, when you're working with the band, make sure you don't push the needle through the actual band of the dome cap, because if you do that, it messes with the elasticity of the actual band and it won't really stretch right when you put it on your head. So I'm just going to go ahead and sew down this side, and then I'm also with the second needle I'm going to go ahead and sew down the back as well. The first needle is still in the closure, so be mindful of that too. Okay, so now I'm just gonna, tug and make sure everything is nice and secure on my closure. I make sure I cut the needles out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start sewing the back. Right here, I'm just gonna, sew back and forth in the zigzag motion. Nothing special. I even sew it on like super sloppy because nobody's gonna see it, and this is my wig. I'm not doing it for anybody else. It's just mine, so I don't really care. Make sure you loop it. I always loop for security, so you don't have to worry about your thread coming loose or your tracks falling out and looking crazy. So like I said, just make sure the dome cap is pulled down all the way over the mannequin head, just so you can have enough space to put all the hair that you want on there, and just sew all the way back and forth. Now when I get to the ear of the mannequin, I make sure I go through the weft, and I once again I just go through like the fabric of the dome cap, not the actual band, and I go ahead and loop it and pull through for security. And then I'm just gonna flip the track and go through the weft again. I'm not gonna cut my wefts because that makes you lose a lot of hair and have a whole bunch of shedding. So then I'm just gonna go ahead and pull through. I'm just gonna show you guys a little bit more, and then I'm gonna come back when it's almost done, because you really don't need to see me going back and forth sewing. So now what I'm doing, I'm just closing up the U shape that's left. It's nothing difficult. I'm just looping, making sure for security. So this is the last bit that I'm gonna sew. I'm gonna make sure I loop it a couple times just to make sure it lays nice and flat at the top. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the thread. I'm gonna knot it a few times, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut the track. Okay, so now you're going to take your dome cap off of the mannequin, and then, just shake everything out, flip it inside out. Right here, I'm just showing you guys where the stitching is that I put for my closure. And I'm going to take my scissors, and you want to make sure you cut, but extremely far from the stitching, because if you cut too close, then it will make the closure lift up and look crazy. So I'm just going to cut that little bit out, and then in the next clip, I'm going to show you how it looks on.